What's up YouTube, Breeder Mac here, bringing you guys another Pokemon ORAS Wi-Fi battle. Before we did in today's battle, if you guys could please Mac attack the hell out like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Today we have a battle against Mawa. I'm looking at her team. Most of her guys, all of her guys, I think, are UU and lower. I'm not sure if the Sceptile is a Mega Sceptile or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I've never really seen Glaceon, but that's special. You got a special, pretty much all actually special attackers. 4 special attackers and 2 physical attackers. With probably the choice specs, Boom Burst, Exploud, the defensive as hell, Grambo with Intimidate. Not sure what the Jolteon is. It's probably, there's a chance it could be Life Orb or specs. And it's probably it's either the Choice Scarfed Mienshao or Focus Sash Mienshao. I'm not 100% sure, just looking at her team, what it could be. My team, sort of an odd job of sort of everybody. I got the physically defensive Heatran with the last. Usually they run a little bit of speed investment, but I switched those EVs over into special defense. The Assault Vest Azumarill, the Mega Pidgeot, the OU Defog Scissor, the OU Bold Defensive Amoonguss, and my Swampert isn't actually a standard set. It's something that I decided I'd try and play with, just because he's gonna help tank any hits that we be super effective against my Mega Pidgeot. So it's actually Adamant, max attack, 196 HP, if I'm not mistaken. And then the rest are in special defense, with Waterfall, Earthquake, Ice Punch, and Substitute with leftovers. The reason I went with 196 EVs in HP because it gives it that's the because it can only ever recover 12 HP a turn, so that's the minimum amount of HP for a leftovers return. So we're gonna see how it is. I'm not sure if I'm actually gonna think about keep using it or just erase the EVs and start again, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes maybe later on after I think about it for a little bit. I'm probably going to lead off because I look at her team. She doesn't have a spinner or defogger. So my Heatran, because it's specially defensive, it does run the Stealth Rocks. So I'm going to lead off with my Heatran regardless of whatever she wants to lead off with, even though I'm pretty sure her best bet and her lead's going to be the Mienshao. So I don't see why she would lead with anything else, but we'll see what she wants to do here. So I'm going to lead off with my Pepper Pots, my Heatran, and she's actually going to lead off with the Mienshao. I'm not totally bummed out about that. I knew this thing, it'll switch in a lot because it'll fake out. So obviously if it's the fake out set, it's not going to be Choice Scarfed because that'd be pretty stupid to run a Choice Scarf fake out. So I flinch. She's actually going to go for the high jump kick here. It may seem like I got lucky and lived on 5 HP, but it's actually, what do you call it? It's a 1 in 5 to Oko. So that actually did pretty high HP for what it should have done. So I'm pretty happy that I lived, but of course I go for the Stealth Rocks, and I'm not going to live anything it wants to do again. So it goes for the Stone Edge, I guess predicting the switch into the Pidgeot. But I go into my Swampert, my Popeye, simply because I know it's going to take anything it wants. It's going to U-turn here. This actually does a hell of a lot of damage. It's a lot more than I would have wanted it to. And there's not much I can want to do about it. I figured she'd switch at this point because there's not a whole lot of damage it can do to my Swampert right off the way. So I substitute, predicting the switch. I figured there's no point That's usually the best time to run a substitute. So I substitute. She goes for the Leaf Bait, not Mega Evolving here. Maybe she thought I had an Ice type attack and decided that her best bet would be to not Mega Evolve and maybe she'd be able to take it. But as you see, I'm pretty sure it's a one-hit KO, even without Stealth Rocks. I could be wrong about that, but pretty happy that at this point her Sceptile's gone. She goes back in the Mien Shell. This thing's extremely annoying because it's got the Regenerator Focus Sash, so it can basically come in, fake out, and switch into whatever they want. I switch into my Magic Shroom, my Amoonguss. It's basically another, because I really want to just actually Stun Spore, because I do run Stun Spore on him. On his Mien Shell, I really want to paralyze it, so I could be able to switch into something and be able to take it out in 1 or 2 hits. But she's going to U-turn out and go to the Glaceon. I figured she'd want to switch out, knowing that she's not going to be able to kill me with a high jump kick, so I go for the Spore. I was hoping she'd switch into something else, like her Jolteon or whatever, but I'm not entirely, or even the Exploud would have been pretty good, but I'm not sure what the Glaceon wants to do. I guess I could have stayed in, gone for the Giga, and gotten more HP back, but I decided to switch, because I know my best option against this Glaceon would be my Azumarill. Of course, she's going to keep sleep, because it's guaranteed 1 sleep turn. So she's actually going to make a pretty good play here and switch out into her Gramble, which is going to get the Intimidate off, which is basically going to make this superpower do literally absolutely nothing to this thing. Like, it just eats it up too well. I mean, they do resist it, but that's I don't even know what that was. It was what, maybe 20%? But I switch out. Not sure what that thing's going to run. But obviously runs the Thunder Fang. It's a crit, but I'm okay. It's a crit because that did basically nothing. Did what, 40 HP. Reveals she's also running the dual Elemental Fangs. I'm gonna get a little bit of hacks here and get the burn. I'm okay with that. It's a special attacker and it's not the biggest end of the world. I do run the Clear Smog over the Sludge Bomb simply to do with guys that like to set up a lot, because I can clear their stats away, but I am not going to be able to live another Fire Fang, so I have to switch out. Predicting that Fire Fang, I switch into my Pepper Pots, simply because I can now get the Flash Fire, which is going to boost my fire attacks. So at this point, I'm pretty happy about that, because I know a +1 Lava Plume will probably kill anything left on her team, even at max HP, the Jolteon or Exploud. So I think she just figured that there was no point switching something in and sack it off. I guess she could have switched into her Mien Shell, I guess, and lived on the Focus Sash, but then you're playing with fire, because I got a lot of guys that could one-hit it, play rough, like a play rough from an Azumarill, or the Hurricane from the Mega Pidgeot. But of course, the standard fake out Mien Shell, gonna withdraw instead of going for the U-turn, getting damage. But I figure my best choice is the play rough. It's gonna hit everything for massive damage, so I have no fear of going for it. I probably could have just spammed play rough, to be honest, at this point. But she's gonna actually switch into the Jolteon. I probably could have lived a Discharge. Well, she obviously goes for the Discharge. I probably could have lived a Thunderbolt, being 240 HP Assault Vest, but I figure my best bet is to switch into my Popeye again, because it's not effective at all. But I don't know why she stayed in and went for the Protect. I guess maybe scouting what I was gonna do. I'm not 100% sure. But she's going to switch now into the X-Blot. I guess she didn't want anything to take an Earthquake. But I'm still kind of wondering why she went for the Protect. Because she knew I wasn't Choice Banded. I'm lefties, so I could have switched any of my attacks up. But, it is what it is. He goes into the boom. I guess I could have stayed in. I didn't know. I don't think I would have outsped the Exploud, and a boom burst would basically be able to take it out. And I do sort of want to keep my Swampert for the Jolteon potentially if I have to later on in the match. But so I switch into my Heatran to sack it off, and now I get a free switch into my Bird Jesus. Did I get a free Mega Evolution off without him taking damage because he probably wouldn't have lived at Boom Burst, to be honest. But the Hurricane, it's 100% accuracy because of no guard. I get a pointless crit. That would have easily taken that out anyways. It was only at like a quarter health. I had to check right here because I figured the Jolteon was coming in. Assuming she's max speed, which I wouldn't see why she wouldn't be, she would actually outspeed a Mega Pidgeot because I'm modest and not timid. So I figure the electric attack's coming my way. So I switch out into my Popeye again to take the electrical attack. She goes for the Shadow Ball, gets the special defense fall, but it really doesn't matter. She obviously reveals now that she runs the Suka Berry. Yeah, the Suka Berry, which clearly, obviously, is pointless on a Jolteon. It doesn't have enough defense in order to run it properly. So even with the Suka Berry, I almost one hit KO the stupid thing, stupid Jolteon. But I think she's left down to her final Pokemon, the Mienshao. Because of the Stealth Rocks, which is probably the most important thing in this whole match, I'm able to get off because it's probably Focus Sash, so I'm able to get off the Hurricane, and even though in a one hit KO, it stabs super effective. So that's the end of that Mienshao. I hope you guys liked the battle. If you guys could please leave a comment in the comment section below about how I can make this team better. I do really want to try to run a Mega Pidgeot team, but I'm not entirely sure of who would be the best to run with them and not a good synergy and such. But if you guys could please leave your suggestions in the comment section below, that'd be great. And don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks guys.